Javante Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. So, not only is PBC rumored to have some big things in the works with Top Rank, add Golden Boy to the list. As Golden Boy and Premier Boxing Champions are rumored to be putting together a card that's going to feature Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Keith Thurman, as well as Frank Martin versus Arnold Barboza Jr. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. We also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network at 9 a.m. Join the channel as a member, drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams, the videos that we do. And if you want to debate, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. First, let's talk about Vergil Ortiz versus Keith Thurman. I think that's a good little CashApp fight for Keith, man. I don't think he can do anything with Vergil right now at this point in his career, but it'll be a good little test for the first 5 or 6 rounds. But then I believe Keith Thurman will fade, and it'll be over with from there. Frank Martin versus Arnold Barboza. I think Frank Martin's last fight with Javante Tank Davis, people forget the run that Frank Martin was on. They forget how great of a fighter Tank Davis is, and so people will probably view this Arnold Barboza fight as a 50-50 fight. I don't really see it that way, bro. I think it's a good fight for Frank for his first fight at 140 pounds. I think moving up in weight is gonna do him justice, and I'm excited. That's a good. Those are 2 good matchups. Let me say this though, Premier Boxing Champions, Golden Boy. That should be a free card. 100%. That should be a free card. Don't try to make me spend my money on Vergil Ortiz versus Keith Thurman, man. Don't try to charge me $79 for that. I'm gonna have a problem with that, bro. That should be a prime video, prime free card. That's what that should be. But boxing continues to get ready to prepare itself for building itself back up in America, I should say. These huge American promoters are slowly but surely pulling away from Turkey, led by Premier Boxing Champions, of course, and they're starting to do their own thing, bro. And I cannot be happier if we get Premier Boxing Champions, Golden Boy, and Top Rank all working together, giving us cards that we want on major platforms. Then American boxing is going to be very, very good for the foreseeable future, and I think this is a step in the right direction. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to acknowledge it, and you don't want to talk about it, but as we continue to go through what PBC has been doing this year, the year that they've been having, number one, it's a far better year than what they had in 2024 when they was just ramping up on Prime. But number two, their fighters are getting featured on everything, in every card. They're working with every single entity that you can work with in boxing, from Riyadh season to putting their fighters on ring cards to putting their fighters on with top ranked fighters, making fights with Golden Boy. No promoter in boxing right now, no entity in boxing is doing what they're doing in terms of working with top level promoters and getting their fighters outstanding opportunities, bro. You can't knock it, man. If this was anybody else, I believe if Eddie Hearn was able to pull off what they're doing this year with their own cards and putting their fighters on other cards, if Bob Arum was able to pull off what they're pulling off this year so far, I believe that the tone would be different. I believe people would be highly praising them. But because it's Al Heyman and it's his company, people tend to overlook the work that he's doing, bro. And how good of a job he's doing for those fighters, bro. Straight up. Straight up, that's just the God's honest truth, man. He's helping promoters put on great events. Like, if you look at the biggest event so far for Riyadh season, for instance, we'll talk about Turkey's events. This event that he had in May, Rolly Ramiro helped build that card and made that card. Then this event he's having in November. David Benavidez is right there, building that card. And now Vergil Ortiz finally coming back home, it looks like. Finally coming back to America to fight after fighting in Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia for a couple of times. PBC helping Golden Boy out, putting on this card. So I hope the card does come to fruition. I think it's a good card. I want to see the rest of it rounded out. But I will say I think the card should be free, bro. I don't think that it should be paid for by fans. I think it should already come with your Prime subscription. Vergil Ortiz and Keith Thurman, that's not a pay-per-view fight. That's a really good fight. It's a really good free fight. It's a main event free fight. But that's something they should put together and give us for free. And then Frank Martin as well. He's been out of the ring for over a year. Arnold Barboza's coming off of a loss to Teofimo Timalifu. And so their names ain't really booming like that right now. Put their ass on free Prime like you did Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo. And I gotta say, shout out to Premier Boxing Champions. They holding down American boxing, bro. As a fight fan living in America, as an American content creator that's living in America, when our promoters are coming together, when they're doing good business, when they're putting on cards, you can't help but to salute it, bro. So salute to them. Hopefully this comes to fruition. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Vergil Ortiz versus Keith Thurman. Think it's a good fight, but it's a free fight. Keith Thurman been far too inactive. Vergil Ortiz been all the way out on the other side of the world fighting. Them boys got to get it cracking for the free on free Prime Video, if you ask me. But y'all smash the like, sub to the channel, share the video. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney,